was real brolic, sir.
Yeah, man, big boy. Excuse me. Call me Mr. Excuse me.
Eddie Hearn comes out and says that Jaron Boots Ennis is now definitely on his way to 154 pounds. That Jaron Boots Ennis will be vacating his titles at 147 and moving up to 154.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. Smash the like button. We have 350 people and 90 fucking 5 likes.
Now, Jaron Boots Ennis, this is something that I've been saying ever since the fight week of his last fight against Stanionis. Boots Ennis is weight drained. Boots Ennis needs to move up soon. Boots Ennis is going to have a hard time making weight, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These are things that I've been saying leading up to the fight. After the fight, Boots Ennis got on camera and told everybody he made weight just fine.
On social media, people crazy. I seen so many people talking about I look weight drained. I was, you know, like, you gonna make weight, this, that, and the third. I was at weight on Tuesday. I didn't work out since Tuesday. I ate the day before the weigh-in. I make 147 easy. You know, y'all don't know what y'all be talking about. Y'all just be talking on the net.
And then what about your power at this weight that they were complaining about because you're weight?
You seen it. And I really was like just getting in my bag, getting in my groove for real. Like I said before, none of these fighters can mess with me.
He don't know what everybody's talking about. Fans don't know what they're talking about. Blah, 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 right? About a month or so later, Eddie Hearn comes out in regards to the Teofimo Lopez fight. Oh, well, he's worried about underperforming at the weight, right?
It's a great fight and it's a big profile fight. And I think the only thing he's concerned about is whether he can still perform. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want to just turn up one day and underperform. Mm-hmm. And he feels like that's the only thing that's affecting that factor.
Now he's underperforming. I'm like, well, he should have been worried about that when he was trying to unify against Stanionis and everything, right? This is stuff that I've been saying. And now we got even more information about it. And Eddie Hearn says this, quote, "What you saw against Stanionis was a depleted guy, right? A depleted guy. And it's just frightening what this guy's going to do when he's not depleted. That's why I think he's made the decision and said, quote, you need to see the best of me, and it's time." In regards to Boots moving up to 154 pounds, and this is what I said, we're going to probably see the best of Boots once he starts to move up in weight. I mean, a lot of this stuff that these guys be saying, bro, I say it before they get on these cameras and say it to these interview people, bro. I say all this stuff before these experts, these promoters, the fighters themselves. I say a lot of this stuff before they say it, bro. Then it says, quote, "I don't think people are going to be screaming to fight him in terms of champions. But now he's built the profile. You saw at Riyadh season that they were all over him to fight over there. And we want to do that, right?" He said, "We want to work with His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh. The champions at 154 are not going to want to fight Ennis unless the money is huge." This is what the article writer is saying, right? Quote, he says, "The champions at now this is Boxing News 24, by the way, so it's going to sound crazy. But it says the champions at 154 are not going to want to fight Ennis unless the money is huge because they know that they'll have little chance of winning, right? So whoever wrote this article, right out of the gate, he's got to be a Boots fan. He said that those guys at 54 have very little chance of beating Boots without Boots proving anything at 154 pounds or anything like that. This goes to show you that everybody in boxing, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you claim to be, I don't care what you think you know, I don't care what you don't know. Everybody in boxing is biased. Some guys are extremely biased, some guys are a little biased, but everybody is biased. Right? Because a guy like Crawford, it's impossible for him to move up to 54 and beat any of these guys, right? According to some of these guys on Boxing News 24 sometimes. They can't do nothing. But Boots Ennis, he go up to 54. Those guys don't stand a chance against him, right? It's just crazy. I say he has to show us something. I think Boots is going to be a lot better at 54, but he has to show us too. Then it says, that will require Turkey's involvement to lure the belt holders to want to defend against Boots. Aside from that, Ennis may need to work his way into a mandatory position to force the champions to fight him. I don't think Boots is going to have that much of a hard time at 54 as getting fights like he did at 147. I just don't think that's going to be the case. Then it says a gatekeeper, right? That's the title of the video, the gatekeeper, because Eddie Hearn is looking to put Boots in there with a strong gatekeeper for his first fight at 54. And it says, quote, we've also seen what Boots is building in the U.S. For me, you need that world-class gatekeeper, that top 5 guy, and certainly a top 10 guy to test the waters at 154 physically. And then I think we should make the Virgil Ortiz fight, said Hearn. It's a massive fight. We expect to fight in August. So Eddie Hearn is expecting Boots Ennis to fight Virgil Ortiz in August. I don't know if that's going to happen, especially if Boots Ennis plans on fighting an interim fight in the meantime. I'm just not seeing how the timelines are going to align. I'm not seeing how that's going to work. I'm not seeing how he's going to fight somebody like right now, a gatekeeper, and then turn around and fight Virgil in August. That's just not happening, bro. Because when Virgil tried to call you out, when Virgil called out Team Ennis before, it would have been a quick turnaround as well. So I don't think that they're going to be willing to make that same quick turnaround even now if they didn't want to do it then, right? And then it says, we actually said in Riyadh season that we could fight Virgil Ortiz on August 16th, but he wasn't ready or that date didn't work. I don't know what it was. I think we'll fight in August, and then we're up for Virgil Ortiz. I think it's a brilliant fight, and I think it's the best fight in the division. Yeah, it is. Virgil Ortiz, Jaron Boots Ennis been on the collision course for years, ever since both guys first came on the scene at 147 pounds welterweight division. They've been on the collision course. They've been kind of circling around each other for a while, but now I think they got to start to meet each other in the middle, and I think that middle ground is 154 pounds. Then Eddie says, quote, you'll see him dominate at 154 and also at 160 and maybe even 168. He's going to be a 3 or 4 division world champion. Wait until you see Jaron Boots Ennis properly fueled up and not having to go through that fight week. He made the weight better in the Stanionis fight than he did in the Kukachan fight. He made the weight better in the Stanionis fight than he did in the Kukachan fight. I'm not sure what's going on. Boots Ennis don't look like he's making weight comfortably in neither one of those fights, in my opinion. I think it's been time for Jaron Boots Ennis to move up to 54, but I guess it's better late than never, right? So we're going to see what's next. You know, Eddie Hearn should have kind of came out and said some of this stuff prior to him saying Boots Ennis is worried about underperforming. You know, your promoter, you got to always make your guy look good. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if Eddie Hearn did that directly or indirectly. I don't know if that was intentional or unintentional, but it didn't make Boots Ennis look necessarily good in that aspect. But a lot of us realize that, you know, this guy's been at this weight for a long time. He's always and already been a big welterweight. And it's about time he moved up to 54 so we can see what Boots Ennis is really about. So Eddie Hearn is looking to put Jaron Boots Ennis in there with a gatekeeper type of guy, top 5, top 10 guy. And then we're going to transition right into a fight with Virgil Ortiz Jr. But tell me what you guys think. Jaron Boots Ennis officially is moving to 154 pounds. The first step is the gatekeeper. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.